Welcome to the world of the Amish, a community deeply rooted in tradition, simplicity, and self-reliance. In today's video, we're exploring an intriguing aspect of their lifestyle, how they keep their food cold without using modern refrigeration. For the Amish, food preservation is not just a necessity, it's a way of life. Without electricity, they've developed ingenious methods to keep food fresh. Let's take a closer look. One of the most remarkable methods is the use of ice houses. These insulated wooden structures are stocked with large blocks of ice, often harvested from frozen lakes and ponds during the winter months. The blocks are packed in sawdust or straw, which acts as insulation, keeping the ice from melting for months. This allows the Amish to preserve perishables like milk, butter, and meat even in the heat of summer. Root cellars are another essential tool. Built underground, these cellars maintain a cool, consistent temperature year-round, ideal for storing root vegetables, canned goods, and other staples. By utilizing the Earth's natural insulation, root cellars help keep food fresh without the need for any energy source. In areas with natural springs, the Amish often use spring houses. These small buildings are constructed over a flowing spring, which provides a steady supply of cool water to keep food cold. The constant flow of water acts as a natural refrigerator, ensuring dairy and other perishables stay at safe temperatures. Some Amish families also use evaporation cooling. Clay pot coolers, for example, are simple but effective. By placing one clay pot inside another and filling the space with damp sand, the cooling effect of evaporation keeps fruits and vegetables fresh. For larger families, ice delivery services are common in Amish communities. Local ice companies provide fresh ice regularly, which is then used in ice boxes to store perishables. In a world increasingly dependent on technology, the Amish continue to live a life of simplicity. One of their remarkable skills is food preservation, done without electricity or modern refrigeration. Today, we'll uncover the secrets of traditional cold storage as practiced by the Amish. Root cellars are a cornerstone of Amish food storage. Built underground, these cellars naturally stay cool and humid, creating the perfect environment for storing vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and onions, as well as preserved foods. The Earth's insulation helps maintain a stable temperature, even during extreme weather, ensuring food remains fresh for months. Ice houses are another essential feature of Amish life. During the winter, ice is harvested from frozen ponds and stored in these insulated buildings, packed in sawdust or straw to prevent melting. The ice lasts well into the summer months, used to cool perishables such as milk, butter, and meat in ice boxes or insulated containers. In areas with natural springs, the Amish utilize spring houses, small stone or wooden buildings built over flowing water. These houses keep food cool using the constant temperature of the spring water. This method is especially effective for dairy products and ensures a steady, natural cooling system without any need for electricity. Evaporation cooling is another clever technique. By placing food in a clay pot cooler, which uses the cooling effect of evaporating water, the Amish can extend the shelf life of fruits and vegetables. This low-tech solution is both effective and sustainable. The Amish also rely on proper airflow and shade to keep food cool. Open structures with good ventilation allow air to circulate, helping to preserve smoked or dried meats and other foods. The Amish approach to food preservation is a testament to their ingenuity and deep connection to nature. Their methods, passed down through generations, remind us that with creativity and resourcefulness, we can live sustainably and efficiently. In a fast-paced, technology-driven world, the Amish community stands out with their simple, self-sufficient way of life. One of their fascinating skills is cooling food without relying on modern refrigeration. Today, we uncover the secrets behind how the Amish keep food fresh naturally. Ice houses are a key part of Amish cooling methods. During winter, large blocks of ice are harvested from frozen ponds or lakes. These blocks are packed tightly in sawdust or straw inside the ice house to prevent them from melting quickly. These ice blocks can last well into the summer months and are used to keep food cool in ice boxes or for other storage needs. For Amish families living near natural springs, spring houses provide a reliable cooling solution. Built over the flowing water, these small structures use the constant temperature of the spring to chill food. The steady flow of cool water acts as nature's refrigerator, preserving dairy and other perishable items. Root cellars are another natural method the Amish use to keep food fresh. These underground storage areas maintain a consistent, cool temperature, perfect for preserving vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and onions, as well as canned goods. The cool, humid environment helps slow down spoilage, extending the shelf life of stored foods. Evaporation cooling is another ingenious Amish technique. By placing one clay pot inside another and filling the space between them with damp sand, the cooling effect of evaporating water helps keep fruits and vegetables fresh. This simple, sustainable method works especially well in warm climates and requires no electricity. The Amish also maximize the power of shade and airflow. Open, shaded spaces with good ventilation allow them to cool and preserve foods like dried meats, cheeses, and herbs. In a world where modern technology dominates, the Amish have perfected age-old techniques to preserve food naturally. These methods are not only sustainable, but also incredibly effective. Join us as we explore how the Amish keep their food fresh year-round. Root cellars are a cornerstone of Amish food preservation. These underground storage spaces maintain a cool, stable temperature, perfect for storing fresh produce like potatoes, carrots, and apples, as well as jars of canned goods. The consistent humidity and darkness slow down spoilage, allowing families to enjoy fresh food even months after harvest. During the winter, Amish families harvest large blocks of ice from frozen lakes or ponds. These blocks are packed in sawdust or straw and stored in insulated ice houses to keep them frozen well into the summer months. The ice is used to chill milk, butter, and meat, ensuring these essentials stay fresh without the need for modern refrigeration. For those near natural springs, spring houses provide an ingenious cooling solution. These small structures use the steady, cool temperature of spring water to preserve dairy and other perishable items. This method is both sustainable and effective, offering a natural way to keep food fresh. Evaporation cooling is a time-tested method used by many Amish families. By placing one clay pot inside another and filling the space between with wet sand, the cooling effect of evaporation keeps fruits and vegetables fresh for longer. This low-tech solution is especially useful in warmer climates and requires no electricity. In addition to cooling, the Amish also use smoking and proper ventilation to preserve food. Smoked meats and cheeses are kept in shaded, airy spaces to prevent spoilage. The combination of smoking and natural airflow ensures these foods remain flavorful and safe to eat for extended periods. The Amish are known for their resourceful and sustainable way of life. Among their many skills is their ability to keep food fresh without modern refrigeration. Today, we'll explore how Amish ice houses and other traditional cooling techniques preserve food naturally. Every winter, the Amish harvest ice from frozen lakes and ponds. This time-honored tradition involves cutting large blocks of ice and transporting them using sleds or wagons drawn by horses. The ice is then stored in specially designed ice houses, ready to be used throughout the year. An Amish ice house is an insulated structure built to keep ice frozen for months. The walls are thick and lined with materials like sawdust or straw, which act as insulation. These ice blocks are used to cool perishables, such as dairy products, meat, and vegetables, in ice boxes or other insulated storage. For Amish families living near natural springs, spring houses offer another ingenious cooling method. Built over flowing water, these small structures use the constant temperature of the spring to chill food. The natural cooling effect of spring water keeps dairy products and other perishables fresh, even during hot summers. Root cellars are an essential part of Amish life. These underground storage spaces stay cool and dark, creating the ideal environment for storing root vegetables, fruits, and canned goods. The natural insulation of the earth helps maintain a stable temperature, preserving food for months. In some cases, the Amish use evaporation cooling. This technique involves placing one clay pot inside another, with wet sand in between. As the water evaporates, it creates a cooling effect that keeps produce fresh. The Amish also use shaded, well-ventilated structures to preserve food. Proper airflow prevents spoilage, while the shade keeps temperatures lower. While most of us rely on modern refrigeration to keep our food fresh, the Amish community has long thrived without it. In this video, we'll explore how Amish families store perishable foods using time-tested methods that don't require electricity. One of the most reliable methods for storing perishables is the root cellar. These underground spaces stay cool and dark year-round, making them perfect for storing root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and onions. The stable temperature of the earth helps slow down the ripening and spoilage process, allowing food to stay fresh for months, even through the winter. In the colder months, Amish families harvest ice from frozen ponds and lakes, storing it in insulated ice houses. These ice houses are built to keep the ice frozen throughout the warmer months. The ice is used in ice boxes to cool perishables like milk, butter, and meat, ensuring that these foods stay fresh even during the summer. Amish families who live near natural springs often use spring houses to store perishables. These small buildings are built directly over flowing spring water, which keeps the temperature inside consistently cool. The cool, running water helps preserve dairy products and other perishable foods, offering a natural refrigeration system without the need for modern technology. Another technique the Amish use for storing perishables is evaporation cooling. By placing a smaller clay pot inside a larger one, with wet sand in between, the evaporation process cools the inner pot, which can be used to store fruits and vegetables. This low-tech, sustainable solution works especially well in warm climates, keeping food fresh without requiring any electricity. The Amish also preserve meat through smoking and curing. Meat is carefully smoked in smokehouses, which helps extend its shelf life by drying it out and adding a protective layer of flavor. These smoked meats are stored in shaded, cool areas, where the airflow helps keep them fresh. This method has been used for centuries to ensure a steady supply of protein without refrigeration. In addition to root cellars and ice houses, proper shade and ventilation are key to preserving many foods. Herbs, fruits, and even some vegetables can be hung in well-ventilated, shaded spaces to slow spoilage. Good airflow prevents mold and rot, and the natural shade helps maintain a cooler temperature for perishable foods. In a world dominated by refrigeration and modern conveniences, the Amish continue to rely on old-fashioned methods to keep their food fresh. These time-tested techniques not only preserve food, but also offer valuable lessons in sustainability. Join us as we explore the Amish approach to cold storage. One of the oldest and most reliable methods for cold storage is the root cellar. These underground spaces, insulated by the earth itself, provide a cool, stable environment for storing fruits, vegetables, and canned goods. The natural temperature and humidity of the earth slow down spoilage, allowing food to last months longer than it would in a kitchen pantry. In winter, the Amish harvest blocks of ice from frozen lakes and ponds. These ice blocks are stored in ice houses, insulated with sawdust or straw, and used to keep food cool during the warmer months. By packing the ice tightly in these insulated spaces, the ice can last through the spring and summer, providing a natural way to keep perishables fresh without relying on modern refrigeration. Spring houses offer another ingenious way to keep food cool. Built over natural springs, these small buildings use the constant cool temperature of the flowing water to preserve dairy and other perishables. The steady flow of cold water keeps food at an ideal temperature, even during hot summer months, making spring houses a perfect natural refrigerator. Evaporation cooling is another method the Amish use to store food. By placing one clay pot inside another with wet sand in between, the process of evaporation cools the inner pot, keeping food like fruits and vegetables fresh. This low-tech solution works especially well in warm climates and requires no electricity, just the simple power of evaporation. Smoking meat is another way the Amish preserve food. In smokehouses, meats are slowly smoked over wood fires, which both dries and flavors the meat, keeping it safe to eat for extended periods. Once smoked, the meats are stored in shaded areas with good airflow, where they continue to dry out and stay fresh without refrigeration. The Amish also make use of simple but effective methods like shade and ventilation. By hanging produce in shaded areas with good airflow, they help preserve food for longer. Proper ventilation keeps the air circulating and prevents mold or rot, while the shade protects the food from the heat of the sun, keeping it cool and fresh. While modern society relies heavily on electricity to keep our food fresh, the Amish continue to use ingenious methods that have been passed down for generations. In today's video, we explore how Amish families keep food fresh using ice blocks and root cellars without the need for electricity. During the winter months, Amish families harvest large blocks of ice from frozen ponds or lakes. These ice blocks are crucial to their food preservation throughout the year. The ice is carefully stored in insulated ice houses, where it remains frozen even as the weather warms. By packing the blocks with sawdust or straw, the Amish ensure that the ice lasts for months, keeping perishables cool without the use of electricity. An ice house is more than just a storage shed. It's a carefully designed structure that relies on natural insulation to keep the ice frozen. Built with thick walls and packed with insulating materials like straw, the ice house is an essential part of Amish food storage. The ice in these houses is used in ice boxes to cool milk, butter, meat, and other perishables, ensuring these items stay fresh and safe to eat even in the heat of summer. Root cellars are another key component of Amish food storage. These underground spaces are naturally cool and insulated by the earth, making them perfect for storing root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and onions. The earth's natural temperature regulation helps preserve food by slowing down the ripening and rotting processes, allowing the Amish to store fresh produce for months without refrigeration. The temperature and humidity in a root cellar are carefully maintained to ensure the food stays fresh. The cool, moist environment is perfect for storing vegetables, while jars of canned goods are kept safe from spoilage. By managing both temperature and humidity, the Amish can store their food for months without the need for modern refrigeration or electricity. By combining the use of ice blocks and root cellars, Amish families are able to preserve a wide variety of foods year-round. The ice blocks keep dairy products, meats, and vegetables cool during warmer months, while the root cellars provide a consistent environment for long-term storage. These two methods complement each other perfectly, ensuring that food remains fresh and safe to eat, no matter the season. The Amish have mastered the art of food preservation, relying on natural, sustainable methods like ice blocks and root cellars to keep their food fresh. These techniques, though old-fashioned, offer a glimpse into a simpler, more sustainable way of life. As we look for ways to reduce our reliance on electricity and live more sustainably, we can learn valuable lessons from the Amish and their time-tested food storage practices. Thank you for watching. See you next time.